It go crazy. It go crazy. It go crazy. It go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy like a dumb dog. East side homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No fighting, no hating, no red rum. This is O City. On the way to the bay, hit the base for me. Catch a case cause it's beating up yo Chevy. Got your moving side to side, getting all sweaty. Make it work it out. Turn the volume up loud. This a draw crowd, make it all shout. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Get you all in the friends. Yo, beating up yo Chevy. Get your moving side to side, getting go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go crazy.
We heard the buzz and took the club up. They tear the rugs and fools, we turn the subs up. Everybody's hands high like a drug club. Yeah, I'm from the West, always come to see the dubs up. Backpacks, I'm on the spot, fill the tubs up. I grab nines, get the flocks, tell them fill the cups up. Show up, the rich you know the type is proto. I go, crazy, yeah, loco, and solo. The coach, you know I represent the Oco. Working together, put together with the choco. I'm moving on the map flat out. Tell me back out, but when they see them tap out, they go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to Go
What's up? What's going on, my people? It is good night, good evening. Well, it's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's good night, good evening, whichever one. I hope y'all are ready for a good show tonight. We got a fantastic show lined up for you tonight. So as you come in, of course, make sure you hit that share button. And of course, all throughout tonight's show, I need you to comment. We got some hot topics tonight. And so we need to hear from you. Of course, tonight we got sitting in with us, my sis, Q is still on vacaciones. So, I'm working on my Espanol too. And so we got our sis Candace Payne from the Woman Cave here with us tonight. What's up, sis? How you doing?
What's up? Thank y'all once again for having me.
Always. How's your week going so far?
It's been busy. So I'm looking forward to this kickback.
Yeah. Now you back in? The school started back and everything. You back in the full swing?
Man, I'm in the full swing, so it's going down.
Okay, what's up? Well, we're glad you're here.
Absolutely,
you're here. Kels, how you doing?
Yes, with the leopard print glasses. Okay.
Come on.
Through.
Come on.
You know, the leopard print. You know, anytime you can sneak in, honey. Yes, I got it. Okay, so yes, 2021 has been interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Have I been like extra busy? I'm like, I remember being.
You have been extra busy.
Extra busy.
I mean, you kind of have to be right now, though. So
yeah.
I mean, You know, you Oprah. You know, this is the life. This is the Oprah life.
I asked for it, so hey.
Yeah, this is
There you
Oprah.
go.
I'll just settle down into it and be busy.
Like we
Meant
said,
for you. It's meant for you, sis.
Yeah. I'll say it again. What'd you say, when?
I was saying, listen, like I told you before, just make sure, you know, you resting when you can, and, you know, and not, you know, don't be like me. Don't be walking around here sleepwalking and trying to figure out where you at, which way is up and down. Don't do that.
Yeah. I'm definitely I'm taking a self-care weekend this weekend. So
Good stuff.
I know it's important. But yeah, definitely ready to relax tonight with y'all. I've already started relaxing with my lovely beverage. So
This is Pepsi.
Oh, okay.
mine's a party Pepsi.
A party
Pepsi.
What is a party Pepsi?
A Pepsi with a little party in it.
Right.
A little party on the side. You know?
Okay, I got you. Party Pepsi it is. What's up? All right. Well, before we jump into this show real quick, we want to remind you again, of course, throughout the show, make sure that you are hitting the share button and commenting. Hey, LaGayla, how you doing? Thank you for tuning in as well. But also, just in case you did not know, we want to make sure that you know that you can follow us on all social media. So if you are watching us now, you're watching us probably either on YouTube, so you can watch us on YouTube at The Scoop Show. You can catch us on Facebook at Real Scoop Show and on Instagram at The Scoop Radio Show. So make sure you're following us on all of those platforms so you don't miss anything that we have going on. And plus, if you're not in the Scoop Nation group, you need to be in there too, because when you see these hot topics, you will get to see that you're missing out on some very good conversations. So
yeah.
I mean, we get it cracking with the convo in the Scoop.
Listen,
I'm telling y'all got to get y'all Scoop.
Yeah, the Scoop.
For some reason, people keep trying to come in and don't want to answer the questions. Like, answer the questions, my people.
You want to come in, you got to knock on the door.
And it's not like we asked for a blood sample. We just said, answer the question, But anyway,
yeah.
So, hey, Michelle, how you doing? So yeah, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get into these hot topics. Kels, go ahead. Take us.
Hot topics, and as y'all know, every week Hot Topic is brought to you by Curvy Kitten Clothing. Yes, Curvy Kitten is still in effect. We do have our new lounge suit out now. Details on the website at www.curvykittens.com. So yes, we always say, be comfy and curvy, be cute and comfy, all of that. And you can do that in this new lounge suit. Very comfortable. You could throw this on when you didn't run to the store, run to the gas station, and you don't have to, you can still be cute and be comfortable. It's a gas station. It's also brought to you by Bob's Shamrock, which is located at 2901 Northwest 10th in Oklahoma City.
Wrong button, Burns.
Yes, and this weekend we're having a Saturday special where Mo Smoke Barbecue will be in his house. So at Bob's Shamrock, 2901 Northwest 10th, we have smoked barbecue on Saturday. And when I tell y'all, it is so delicious. Starts at 11 a.m. So January 16th, this Saturday. Come support your Black-owned gas station, Bob's Shamrock, and get you, come up, pull up and fill up in both senses. Fill up on gas.
All right. I like
that. And so for our first hot topic, these relationship ones, they're so entertaining. We learn so much about each other with these relationship questions. So, what is your singular deepest fear when it comes to relationships?
Oh, I didn't read that one.
See,
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did I miss that one in the
You know what's the singular deepest fear? And shout out to Crystal Marshall. Crystal is very active, and she really asks some good questions. I mean, she's always sharing some thought provoking things, and we have some good conversation on our posts.
Yes, Crystal Boo, love you.
So yes, I am going to start with Winfred.
Singular's deepest fear.
Singular.
Singular.
What is your singular?
Ooh, you know,
The number one.
I would say for me, it's being in a relationship that I don't get to be myself. Yeah, I mean, being, you know, I wouldn't say I'm complex, but I think I'm probably, you know, more complex than what people would expect.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, depending on how people get to know me, their expectation is that I'm that, you know. So if you meet me and I'm doing this, then you think this is who I am all the time. If you meet me doing as a pastor, you think that, you know, I know, and I'm all of it. You know what I mean? I'm a pastor, I'm a father, I'm an entrepreneur, you know, I talk crazy. You know what I mean? Like, it's just what it is. And so in my past, I've had relationships where all of that was not accepted. And so I think picking the wrong person and the person who like wasn't comfortable with me being all of that is probably my biggest fear.
Yeah. And I mean, and we hear that all the time about people losing their identity in relationships. So I can definitely understand that. Yeah. Okay, so Ms. Candace, what is your singular deepest fear?
Man, okay. So I think,
okay, I got you.
Along with what WB said, in addition to not being understood. And because I'm often misunderstood, I feel like in a relationship, if you are one of my closest, you would understand, and you see my heart versus what's in front. If that makes sense. Like a lot of people who don't know me, true Candace, can see someone who could be a little cold-hearted or a little too straight crash. You know what I mean? Like, so because that's just, you know, maybe the work me or the social media me. But those who really know me see my heart, and I think that's what, instead of someone taking offense to this one part of me, but learn and understand my heart.
Okay, y'all all deep and stuff. Look.
I know that
deep.
That was deep.
You know, and I think my biggest fear is like falling out of love, because it's a thin line between love and hate. And I don't know. It's something about that movie triggers me. Like something happens when I watch that movie, and music, and every time it's like I'm scared of hating someone that like you get to like where you want to do harm to them, or I don't know, because I believe it is a thin line. So that always comes to mind when I think of relationship. It's just like, are we gonna, you know, be good? I don't want to be good and then turn like terribly bad.
Like bust the windows out your car. Yeah.
Like we in court, you know what I mean?
Yeah. She said we in court because of this relationship. Yeah.
If we got to get the judge involved, you know, that's toxic. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was listening to Jasmine Sullivan album, so I've been.
Go ahead. You want to go there already?
I want to, based on this topic, because it's like, so women, we letting a failed relationship, i.e., a man or women, we're letting someone else make us into something that we're not, or that we don't want to be. Like the last song on the album, and I love her. So I can't wait to hear the song with her and her on the same album. But basically, you're going to make a hoe out of me. And it was like, It happens, you know, but like, why we let them make a hoe out of us? Like, why do we allow that? Why do we let people make us go there? And like, or are we really a hoe deep down? And then, you know, this relationship didn't work out, I'm gonna go back to the original plan, be a hoe, or she's saying like she hurt. So
I think I think a lot of times what happens is people think that if I try to do it the proverbial right way and it doesn't work, then I might as well just go ahead and do whatever I want to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, this is what I want to do anyway, so I'm just going to do that.
I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to think about, you know, the things that we're taught that we're supposed to be. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was even going to say, you know, even to that point, and when you brought that up, is that we don't realize how much we don't like ourselves until we really start loving ourselves. So you don't even like who you are. You're going to try to be. You want them to like you. I don't like me, so I need you to like me. And that's how when we fall into that kind of routine and let people define who we are all the time because we want them to like us.
Yeah.
Because when you like yourself, you can care less of who don't like you. You love yourself, you don't give.
You really don't care.
You're gonna be if you a garden tool, you're gonna be a garden tool.
Yeah. And yeah, that's why I was saying like, hey sis, if you want to be a hoe, I'm out. You know, I just don't want you to say somebody else made a hoe out of you, because that's
right.
Ain't it? I mean, don't let them have the control. You control the narrative of what you decide to be. So that's still like saying that this person has control over you. So, you know, let hoeing be optional.
Well, that's what you do. That's what you do.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what you do. But let it not be because somebody else made a hoe out of you.
And you know, we're going to go ahead and go to the next topic on that note, because we know these are two words that women don't really like to discuss.
She said, tell that to Lori. I ain't mad at her. She dated look, y'all better leave her alone.
Yeah.
Still no judgment from me. Who she married to?
You know, my only issue with Lori, I only got one issue with Lori. And that's that you dated the father and the son. If she dated the father and the son, I think on her and them something I don't understand that. Like,
right.
I'm not putting that on her. I'm saying that for the whole scenario, like whoever the second one was, whether it be the father or the son, like.
But men get props for dating the mother and the daughter, so that's why
men get props when you smash a mother and a daughter. If you date a mother and a daughter, we still look at you like.
It's like,
men would divorce the wife and marry a cousin.
That's
in the same family. Like,
still
Lori Harvey, you got my support.
Again, like I said, I'm not saying she's a young lady, not married.
Be careful, sis.
I'm just.
That's what I said. Long as you, that's her stuff. And long as you take care of the way she want to take care of it, we shouldn't have no problem.
If she want to that's the whole pool.
Father and the son. I'm sorry.
She in the whole pool. That's what she want to do.
I ain't saying that either. Keep saying too much. That's what
she said.
She told in the whole pool. She did the tiptoe. She did a what you call them things? Them bombs? What you put
cannon bomb? Again, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying even just because we don't know if they did anything. But
right. That's what I'm saying. We don't know was there any physical.
Right. And you know,
contacted
in proportion all the time.
So like at Memorial Day, you with the father, barbecue with dad, and then at 4th of July, you come back with the son. It's just a weird, like, that's just, but again, outside of that, do you, young lady?
Why we just not hearing about it? She done been with a lot of people. I didn't know.
I mean, she could date.
Okay, so that's what I'm saying. So when she got in the whole pool?
The father and the son.
Oh, that one incident made her be all the way.
Yeah, that's really what everybody is judging her for.
And his son. I mean, and then I think we looked at it like, I think because of what we hear about Future, you know, to go from that to Future, it's like, sis, it's Future, you know, like, you know, Future.
Now, I was mad at her about Future, not the father and son. It was Future. Girl, don't get pregnant by him, please.
Right.
Please don't get pregnant.
Sierra, like, you know, so I think that's what people.
Yeah, it was Future. It wasn't the father son for me.
It'd be too much. But this next post though goes right in line with that because what we're talking about and what people call you. It says, ladies, are you offended when your guy refers to you as my female dog?
He can't say that.
Yeah, I can't even type it.
Yeah.
He can't say that.
He can say anything but that.
Say that.
You can't call you.
I think it depends on the context. Now we playing around. It's something are we doing? You know, it's so interesting. I don't think I would really trip. But if we fighting and you be like, B, what I say or something like that, then
we fighting.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I guess I feel like it's situational. I almost feel like it's the N word now. Like we know we're not supposed to say it, but we're not supposed to, but we still sneak it in every day.
That's a good point, like the N word.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Now, when women say it amongst each other, it's almost like in a term of endearment, or even get your stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
A man saying it, no, it's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Like that means you want to fight, or you're reprimanding me, or you disrespecting me. Yeah, it just don't sound right when. Now you can't refer to me as my nothing, not my B word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But okay, there's a comment. Shakita says, I say the N word, but I don't call my dude my N word. I was like, but I might come. I don't know. I mean,
it's the little ratchet in you. That's all, Kels. I'm
a little Bugetto.
Ratchet.
I just have to, I'm a savage. Ratchet, yeah, all that. I don't know. I think it's just situational. I mean, you know when someone is, I mean, like any other word, you know when it's offensive. But I do get it. I mean, it is.
I don't like it in any context. I don't like it. Y'all see, I don't even like it in the group. So
yeah,
I don't like the word. Now I might call my my boys. Like if they do something, I might be like, man, you acting. But outside, I don't call a woman that in any context. I don't care.
And I wouldn't call a man. I don't call a man one. So I mean, I know it's an offensive word, but I mean, I really do. I treat it like the N word. Like I don't need to say it. I use it sometimes for emphasis. Uh-huh.
Yeah, if a woman call a man a B word, you know.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The highest level of disrespect.
If I say it to my boy, I know we about to fight.
But at the same, so if you said it to your boy, you acted. It's almost like a loving correction in a way, like because I've heard it being used, like and like Jasmine Sullivan album, "Get It Together, B." It's like it's been used as correction too, but it seems like depending on who you are, it can be it ain't received that way. Like if a girl say it and she checked me, like you acting like and then she's checking me and she's dealing with me, we gonna still play cards later. That's still my girl. I know what she meant by that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, but I just the man doing it. Nah.
I was intrigued because the group, the ladies who were fine with it, all were fine with it when it was said during sex. They were fine with sex. I'm good with it. Or if they're, like you said, in context, if you're playing around, that's fine. But almost everyone said they didn't care for it again, except for the people who said in sex they were all right with it.
Mm.
I mean,
Kels is like, I'm okay. You're okay, huh, Kels?
just certain situations. That's what certain situations.
It's situational.
More emphasis in certain situations. It helps situations out. That's
I
all.
got you.
But
Yeah.
I get it. I do get it. I get it. There's some people who don't allow. Like I said, like with other words that we all have.
Yeah, it's one of them 50 Shades of Grey situations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Some people gonna tie up, some people not. I think it's just one of them. It's really what you allow in your relationship.
Yeah.
Sheikah says, no, you. I wish. Michelle.
No.
I wish it would.
That's a no. Shanika says, absolutely no.
Yeah. I tried to reason, y'all, but I can't find it either. So
I mean, I guess I can't see a man really just using it like that. But I mean, I have close male friends just like I have close girlfriends, and I mean, we use. I have a male friend that doesn't like the N word, but I slip and say it sometimes, or like if we're joking or in conversation or something like that, it comes out just like the B word may slip out, not like it's towards each other, but I get it.
Oh, that was a song, Me and My B. Just Me and My. Was that Tupac? Oh,
That's
Big
my girlfriend.
That was Jay-Z.
My Girlfriend. That's that one.
But I think he says a line in there about something like that. I mean,
it's Biggie. That was Biggie.
Okay.
He had Me and My Bitch. Oops, sorry.
Now we can't do no.
Biggie had that song.
The other reason why I'm not saying it is because I know my mouth. Like I know that there are like, if I play around and say it, I'm concerned that one day I might get mad and say it. Mm-hmm. So I just completely remove it from the context of my vocabulary because it's just for the purpose of discipline. DMX. She says DMX had it.
DMX had it. Okay.
Yeah.
I do remember Biggie too. But yeah, it's in song, so we probably sang it.
But yeah, the it looks like the consensus is mostly no on that one. So we'll move on to our next question. This is
you probably all got PTSD from COVID, so no.
This one says when a wife is totally submissive, she controls the husband unknowingly. And then the supporting the cosign says big facts. That's what most of them don't understand. It's the meek women that wields the most power. A man is super weak for her. They think N-word gonna let a hothead, loudmouth woman run something. No.
He ain't married. He's trifling behind. That's a man that said that comment. He ain't even married.
Yeah. PTSD. Anytime the word submission comes up, that's when the PTSD comes out.
That's a trigger word. Submission. Totally submissive. Okay.
Is there such thing as partial submissive?
I'm gonna let Candace go first because she was like, Susan came up. Oh, I got it. What? No.
This is that manipulative garbage that they taught us in church. I'm gonna just keep it real. That's garbage. Mm-hmm. And submissive to the only person you should be totally submissive to is the Lord. Now, if we Bible believers, that's number one. Secondly, no, that's not true. It's manipulative.
Yeah.
It's really manipulative. And to be honest with you, if a person, especially when you get married so young, a totally submissive woman, you're gonna try to control and run over her because you're immature. You're too immature to handle that type of leadership and that type of freedom that comes with someone who is just totally submissive to you, who's totally whatever you like, Your Highness, whatever kind of food you like, So if you have someone that's totally submissive, no, you're going to control that. Being submitted to each other, you're winning. But if somebody is totally submitted to just one person, the relationship is going to be set up for failure. That's control. And if you're in that type of situation, get out. Call me. Flip my hair.
Right. I mean, yeah, I definitely understand that point. What do you think, Winfred? Did you
So
What
what do I think about the post? Let me ask the post first. In theory, this should be correct.
absolutely correct?
No, it's not politically correct. It's just, in theory, this should be correct, but it's not.
Mhm.
In theory, when a mature man comes into contact with a woman who submits to him, then it should motivate him to be even more submissive to God, which in turn makes him submit to her. But that isn't what always happens. And so that's why we're at the place now where when you say the word submissive, it triggers the word control. Because submission and control should not even be in the same, it's a perversion. Control is a perversion of submission.
It is.
Submission is really saying that,
Mhm.
it sounds like porn. Submission just really means that, like, I'm coming into agreement. And when you get married to somebody, you should come into agreement with them. However, again, control does happen, and that's where we get this. Like, this should be a space for women to flourish, not a space for women to feel controlled. It should be really submission, if it's done correctly, is really the space where men are saying that I willfully die to my will for this person. Like, look at it. Jesus submitted himself to the cross for us. He died. We have to submit ourselves to Jesus, meaning we die so that we can protect, build, lead our home. So control in this should not be a thing. It shouldn't be a thing at all. But because we pervert what submission is, that's what we get.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that point, and I interpreted a totally different way, and I even, I said jokingly on the post, but I said, I don't know, because there's some very quiet that we assume they seem submissive on the outside, people who are very strategic and really know how to use that to manipulate. Even when you say she controls her husband unknowingly, no, she knows. Because I know my parents, my mom used to bring her shopping bags in my room and be like, when your dad asks you what I want for Christmas, tell him I want. I mean, you know what I mean? So yeah, everybody thought she was the meek, you know what I mean? She was the meek Sister Johnson, and she knew certain things. She knew. It was just certain things that I watched that I was like, okay. Probably said too much. Oh, okay. So even in that respect, it's still, even if the woman is like that, they still that's still manipulation on either side.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I think that's really just the issue. And first of all, I think the other problem is, like, with these discussions, it always seems like we're trying to force something that naturally is, if it's going to happen, it naturally happens. So, I mean, I can't force, if I have to force a woman to submit to me, then she didn't submit to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's abuse. You know what I mean? Like, so if she chooses to do it, she gonna do it. And she'll do it based upon my leadership and her response to it. If you don't, let's have another discussion about it.
But even looking at the next comment, really talk about it, even looking at his comment at the last sentence says, you think a man is gonna let a hothead, loudmouth woman run something out. So, like you said, it's become such a perversion that they feel like even the word independent has become that. You say you're independent, then all of a sudden you're this hard as nail, brick wall of a woman.
Yeah.
You know what? And see, I can see both sides. And like he's saying, don't nobody want a hothead, but an abusive person who wants somebody to submit to them is also a hothead, loudmouth. So while it's all said and done, nobody wants a hot-head, loud-mouth woman, but we're expected to submit to a hot-head, loud-mouth man. That's acceptable for a man. We can't be the hot-head, loud-mouth. That's why they don't want us in leadership roles, even in the workplace. So, like, either way, we can't. It makes us look like we're hotheads because we won't take abuse. And again, I don't know this man, but based on his comment, it was like, oh my gosh. To me, that's an insecure person who can't handle the strength of his woman. She's a leader. Like most women are natural born leaders. So it's not that she's trying to be a hothead or even power over you or rule over you. She just don't want you to rule over her either. And if you're confident and secure about yourself as a leader, you wouldn't try to control her. And unfortunately, a lot of people, if you grew like somebody in the comments said, growing up in an emasculating home, that's what it teaches you, that women are beneath you. And if you don't even realize half the time that you actually treat women like they're beneath you because that's what you saw and that's what you were brought up believing. Obviously, a lot of men are behaving that way, and now that women are calling them out on it, or confronting them or holding them accountable, then she becomes a hothead Jezebel. That's when we get those comments.
Yeah, and that's the part that I don't like. I don't like that, and we say it all the time that it always has to be one way or the other. So if I say no to you one time, now I'm gonna loud mouth hothead. Well, you know what I mean, woman.
Yeah, you're rebellious. And I think there's a difference between so Candace, you brought up earlier the immaturity. I think that even because most of us have not seen what a good example of what submission looks like or what a good example of leadership looks like, then often we're taking from cultures and contexts that don't even really fit what this is about. So yes, as a woman, there is wisdom in how you speak to your husband. And yes, as a wife, as a husband, there's wisdom in how you speak to your wife. So not in how you lead your wife. So if you see an issue with something, then as a leader, then you should be able to adjust and speak to her and be patient enough with her to say, hey, okay, I noticed that when I do this, this is your response. Let's figure out what's going on. Let's walk through this. Talk to me and tell me what you feel and what's going on inside of you. What do you think I'm trying to do that makes you respond this way? Because this is not the intention of my heart. And I can promise you, if that woman, even if she hates the word submission, she will sit there and have the discussion with you and see, okay, over time, with consistency and good leadership, like, oh, he's not trying to control me or hurt me. He's really trying to do what he thinks is best for this family and for me. And that's different than I just don't want nobody to say that to me because of whatever. Like it's something on our end that we have to do.
Yeah, because even it's happened before where in the workplace where a male leader will say something and the tone is really, the tone is like belittling or harsh. So when we returned it, it was almost like, I was like, well, that's the way I felt with you.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Yeah. And you could tell it was like, oh my God, this misogyny up in here. And so it was basically like looking at me like, who are you talking to? But it's like, yeah, that's the same way I felt. Who were you talking to like that?
Yeah.
And the thing is, when it comes to stuff like this, you become equal with the children. Because if you speak into a woman that way and your wife or whoever you're dating, that's how you have to be careful because you're sounding like
a father.
This is supposed to be a partnership. You're talking to this woman like you're a father. Like, no, she came from a father. So you don't have the right to do that. And I think that's what it is. But like Winfred said, if somebody can just be mature enough to say, you know what, that's not my intent, instead of you took it wrong, because that's the problem too. Like instead of saying like, you know what, my intent is not to do that. This is what I'm trying to communicate. But you heard that wrong or you took it wrong. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with this subject is like nobody knows how to communicate about this subject properly. Everyone, if I can't say anybody wants to go in a relationship and just F it up. I don't think that. I don't believe that. However, you're going to F it up. If you think somebody is going to submit to you and let you control them, and you have no training whatsoever. So to me, people make those comments like that because they just lack the training. It's not that hard. It's not as hard as we make it out to be.
It's not, I just think it takes. And I know we got to move on. It takes a level of patience, and I think, I think my personal opinion is that a lot of us, again, we've never experienced a real discussion or where we were able to, or a real relationship where we saw two healthy, whole people in a relationship where both felt like where submission was something that was discussed well. Because again, it usually is either a man is laying down for the wife or the wife is laying down for the man, but it's never usually, hey, this is how this works well. This works well because he does this, he does this, he does this, I do this, we work well together, and listen, and we honor God because he is the leader of the home, and as leader of the home, I am his supporter, I am his vice president, I am his CFO, I got his back, he has my back. So there's never been a situation where I felt like, or maybe later on, where I felt like he was controlling me. And when I did, I had to realize this, and he has to say, and when I felt like I was controlling her, I had to repent. I had to be humble. I had to say, hey, you know what? I'm not leading the best. So be patient with me.
Patience.
I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it can work. I watched it work. Because when I think of submissive anyway, I think about I don't think of like someone controlling. I think of it as, okay, who makes a decision on buying a new house? Who makes a decision on what the budget is? Who starts the conversation? I think of it like that. So I think, we just have to change the way and start teaching
the right way.
Yeah, the right way. What is it supposed to be?
Yeah. And see, I'm with you, Kels. I saw it as, you know what? I'm going to honor you on this decision and fall back. That's how I saw submission, but I saw them submitting one to another because WB the money man. So to me, it's certain decisions, I'm going to just fall back.
Yeah, just automatically.
You know what I mean? Like that's his strength. So I think recognize the strength of each spouse. Learn to fall back. Learn to submit. Versus I'm the man. I got to be the one to have the final say. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. So let me be the final say.
Right.
You're the money man. Then you can go ahead and handle the money stuff.
Yeah. Yep. Gotcha. Okay, so our next topic is a little fun.
Do you want me to read this whole thing? Because I got the full conversation. If you want.
Let me open it up on my phone.
So it says, I'll read this first part. So it says, so now my ex-wife of 17 years cheated on me with the guy from work. We have 3 children together, so I tried to work through it, but the embarrassment and humiliation of everyone knowing would let me stay in our marriage because it made me feel like a cook. But anyway, oh my God, I don't even know what to say that. But anyway, fast forward to after our divorce and she starts dating the guy. But recently he put his hands on her and she expects me to intervene. Below is our exchange from earlier today. Was I wrong or justified?
Can someone define cuck?
No, not right now. No.
Here's the conversation. So she starts out by saying, hello.
Not on air.
Yeah, right. She said, she asked him, so you can't be bothered now, I guess. He says, what do you want? He said, I told you everything that happened to me. I told you everything that happened, and this is all you can say to me. What type of man have you become? Seriously, he responds. The fact that you can really sit here and try to place any of this on my feet just goes to show how selfish you are. You are the one who cheated on me and threw 17 years of marriage down the drain. He responds. It always comes back to that with you. I'm sorry that I cheated. That I cheated, and for the thing that I said that I am still the mother of your children. The fact that I told you another man put his hands on me, and this is your response, is hurtful. He says, hurtful? Did you think about hurt when you not only threw everything we built away with your actions? No. Okay. What about how hurt I was having to find out that you have been effing someone that you let smile in my face And on top of that, multiple people knew. So not only hurt me, but publicly embarrassed me. I don't give a F what you think is hurtful. She says, I didn't throw anything down the drain. You did. I made a mistake, yes, a terrible, awful mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. Our vows were for better or worse. I was more than willing to work and do everything on your terms in order to right my wrongs and to try to save our marriage. And I verbalized that to you. Yet you were too concerned about what other people thought and being publicly embarrassed to even consider forgiveness. He says, you cheated on me and lied about it, even when I begged for you the truth. And then when you have no other option, you're concerned and already caught, you want to admit everything and want to ask for forgiveness. When all I wanted was honesty from the start. You don't care about anything but yourself. And now that the same man that you cheated on me with is going upside your head, I'm supposed to do what exactly? She says, I want you to not allow it to happen. What the F do you mean? We're married 17 years. Do you feel nothing? Or do you feel I should be physically harmed because of what happened? I cheated. So I cheated. So you will allow another man to put his hands on me. Yeah. Okay. So
I'm stressed.
This was funny. It was too much. Like after
and they got 3 kids.
huh?
I got 3 kids.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's the.
But she's not even with him. But did she end up having a baby by the dude? Look, I'm asking y'all like it's a whole series. Did she have a baby?
No,
It's a Lifetime movie for real. We could have wrote.
Yeah,
it.
I done added stuff to it. Okay. Oh, it was a lot to unpack.
He better still though, but yeah.
Yeah.
Miss out.
I mean,
Get this on now his system.
first of all, let me start by saying this. So normally when I hear these, this is flipped. Like maybe not the hitting part, but it's the man saying something to the. So to see this in the reverse was like very interesting. Yeah, go ahead. What y'all think?
I'm laughing.
Yeah. No, sis. Not you can't hurt no man like that. You can't even ask him to pass you the peas, let alone.
Yeah, he hurt.
Like you better leave that man alone for a and especially the embarrassment alone. Yeah. I probably wouldn't even have the gall. I had to tuck my tail and get on away from there.
Man, what is she? Who got the kids? Okay.
He got the kids. The kids are in the house with her.
The kids is with the husband.
No, the kids are with her, according to
the kids is with her.
Yeah.
Kids is with her.
The kids with her. Yeah, he gonna have to go over there and get. He gonna have to go over
Yeah,
there.
and that's the thing. My whole thing is it's not about her. That's how you know. Okay, he's justified in his response,
Yeah.
but I think it's a very like you're being bitter. Like you're gonna have to heal from what she did because he said it. I tried to work through it, but the embarrassment and humiliation of everyone knowing he couldn't stay in the marriage. So I'm going to assume that they were trying to work through it. Yeah. So his embarrassment and humiliation, totally understandable. Get out of the marriage. However, this woman who lives with this man is your children. I'm not saying going to intervene and beat for her. Yeah. But when it's all said and done, the mother of your children, if she's being abused, you're going to have to do something. And I'm not saying it's not about her. That's all I'm saying. Like if you have children involved, this whole back and forth that they just had, this whole exchange, I'm glad he finally got that off his chest. He was bitter. He was hurt. He's been meaning to say that.
Yeah, he's been wanting to say it.
He's already a cuck, whatever that means to me, because he let everybody else determine how he feels about his marriage. That's not when you truly married, you really can't give a damn what other people say. That's who you want to be with, then that's who you want to be with. That's true marriage. People, too many outsiders. Anyway, sidebar. But I think, I agree and disagree with him. And I only disagree with him because of the children. That's my main, because other than that, if there were no children involved, I'd be like, why her number not blocked? But,
yeah.
But other than that, it's the kids for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can definitely understand the response, and the petty side of me is like, you made your bed, lie in it.
Die in it.
I'm the type of petty that I probably go over there and pick up the kids and be like, I got to figure it out. But the baby's coming with me. That's a tough one, and you are so right, Candace, about maturing and getting over that, because that's what's gonna make you a better person.
Mm-hmm.
But babe, I'd have been right in that. Oof. That'd have been tough for me. Only thing, like you said, would be the babies.
It's the
Now, if he's sacrificing the kids to be petty, then yeah, that's bro, you can't really do that. And most men in that situation they would do something.
They petty like that. When men are hurt, they real petty like that. We'll help your baby mama.
Let me tell you something.
Out of the road.
Let me think a Negro is putting his hands on my ex-wife.
Yeah.
It's gonna take Gabriel, Jesus, and 5 other people
Hallelujah.
to get me off of him. I don't care how I feel about her. As my son is in that house, give me my kid.
Mm-hmm.
In the store.
Yeah.
I don't do that's for me. End of the day, that's my friend. So, and I've said this, I've heard me say my ex-wife is my friend. So you're not gonna ever put your hands on her.
Right.
I'm gonna take my child out of there. Now, if she chooses to stay in that scenario afterwards, that's on her. But ultimately, that's no. Let me get my. Come on, let's go.
Michelle, sit down.
I'm not sitting down nowhere. Put your hands on my ex-wife and watch it out.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's that's why I said most men with that connection, and that's your child's mother, you're gonna do something. But in that situation, it probably depends on how fresh it was too. Like,
yeah,
if the ink ain't dry on the divorce papers, that's gonna be a different kind of hurt and a different level of
fresh.
Look, even then, like I said, worst case scenario, I'm like, hey, bro, you gotta go. Like,
yeah,
you gotta go. But I have to make sure my child is safe at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man, yeah, all these screenshots. This was recent. Wait,
you gotta investigate. Yeah.
He hurt. That man hurt.
That's a long conversation. That's a long conversation for a man. So he is hurt. He is like he couldn't wait to get that out. Anytime text a long text, if it's more than a line or two, he's been waiting for that.
He's been waiting. This was saved already. He wrote this down.
Oh, she done asked me. Yes.
He copied and pasted.
Yeah.
Bro, copied and pasted. And you know what? He probably a man that's this mad. He didn't cheat. He was faithful. Maybe. He that mad? He might have been faithful for real.
Oh yeah, he ain't cheated. He like, and I ain't cheat. Yeah,
I ain't getting no wrong. Yeah,
he definitely petty. Oh, he is mad about that.
Yes, he should.
Like I said, I just don't. That's like her, water and gas being cut off. If the kids are living there,
yeah,
you gotta do something.
Yeah, I get it. I think most people agree that most men probably, if they were in that bitter place, that's how they would have reacted anyway. But who knows? He might have did something later.
Oh, Michelle said he still loves her. Bingo.
I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Yeah. He still loves her.
It's a thin line. It's a thin line between love and hate.
Yeah.
Both times, like I can do the worst thing to you and still love you. Like, come on.
You don't go back and forth with somebody you don't love though. And this is a whole lot. He did this conversation like 4 screenshots ago. Yeah. And he said he was embarrassed by people knowing. So he could have forgiven, it sounds like. It was the people knowing. And so, yeah, they might get back together.
They might.
They gonna get back together.
Do we have time to hit this last one? The wife responded to the DM.
Yeah, we do.
She responded.
Well, this is a different. Yes. So a lady saw a handsome man and she DMs him and says, "You are very cute." And the wife says, "Thank you." Me, his wife, too, with the ring. LOL, hun. I know he's married. You ain't got to be extra and send a picture of you with your ring showing. I don't want him. It was just a simple compliment. I love watching y'all videos. Y'all a cute couple. Very funny. Keep up the good work. In his DMs, though, we accept all compliments over at Every Day with HHK. Follow us. But thank you, and we will. Peace.
I'm not gonna lie. I picked this one just for you, Candace, because I can. I want to see Candace's comment on this. Mm-hmm. This is the Candace Payne.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to you first. We're gonna go to you first.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You're right, Shaquille.
Okay. Now I probably wouldn't have done that. It's hilarious. It's funny to me, but yeah, you got busted, chick. You tried to see if he was gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Wife showed up like, yeah, we thank you, we cute.
Yeah. That picture now.
Yeah, so this little manipulator just tried to switch it. I'm watching y'all. I bet you do. So you wanted to see if he was gonna trick off. It's my very good. Keep up the good work. Nah, trick.
Right. Yeah, she got busted.
Mm-hmm. You would have said y'all are very cute when you initially message, but she said you are very cute.
Right.
So now, okay, thank you. I'm cute. Yep, thank you. I love it. We good over here. Keep your little trifling in out of his inbox, trying to start up something. This was hilarious. I wouldn't have done it, but that is hilarious.
I don't know if I believe that.
No wife who would have. I don't blame no wife who did.
Because I just don't. I don't want to have. I would not want to have my husband's password. I don't want to do all that. I don't want to share no Facebook. But it was cute. I'm like, high five, wifey. It was cute, and yeah, like put her back in her place. So I did. Mm-hmm. But
that was hilarious.
It was funny.
I would have been, if it was my girl, I would have been all for it. Like, yes, tell me what she said. I would have been rolling. The heifer, get up out of here.
I wouldn't know what he said. He probably like, yep.
No, he's probably like used to it because he's.
Probably yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like you, Yashika. Why should she would have like, you know what? Thank you for the compliments. Here go our Cash App. There we go.
Yeah.
Cash App us at this so we can keep up the good work, so we can post more videos.
Right.
Be inspiring to the world and stuff like that. Look, wife ain't playing. I love it.
Not at all.
And it is, ladies, I'm gonna say just to be politically correct, we gotta stop it. We know when you're throwing the bait out there. We all know.
We know.
We're all connected. We know when we know.
Mm-hmm.
Just stop.
Yeah.
For all the ones out there who think you're slick, just stop it.
Yeah, we know. Some of them go for the bait. Now, I get it. Some do go for it.
Yeah.
You ran into the wrong one with this one. Because even if he does go for the bait, that wife there, ooh, she looked like she got something for him.
Oh, yeah, she might got trackers. She got everything. She know where he at.
Yeah,
that's funny.
She didn't need to DM him.
Yeah.
She didn't need to do it in a DM.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, it's a whole song that says it go down in the DMs. We're acting like y'all don't know what DM means.
Right.
You know what you were doing when you slid over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you got the ones that be sitting in front. This is what I don't get, and I'm gonna ask you, Candace. And this is a little off top, but it correlates. So, do you think sending friend requests is the same thing as this?
Nah, the DM is different.
Mm-hmm.
because that's a private conversation. I see some DMs and I don't answer them. I don't open them because I see, and if it's, especially when it's a couple of guys I don't know, and I just don't open them. And so, like, you cute, I don't like. You know how people comment in the stories, cute and stuff like that. I don't respond. To me, I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna even say thank you.
Right.
To be honest with you, because I feel like, thank you, you're welcome. Oh hell, you ain't even gotta say you're welcome. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even do all of that because you're looking. You want me to respond in my cases. So for the most part, the people, especially the people I don't know, I don't respond. It's a compliment. I said thank you, whatever, you know. So I don't respond to half of these DMs. The friend requests, it's just a friend request. People lurk. They know they're no different than the people you know. The people that are closest to you versus they're all the same. So I've accepted friend requests, but when it comes to the DMs, that's where it gets tricky.
Yeah.
That's where it can be tricky. So I kind of watch the DM.
When?
I'm not saying nothing. God bless the ministry. Amen. Listen, y'all. Listen. I've been told that the best. What you say? What the Candace tell me a while ago? Let you to tell me the best thing if you're gonna date me or be around me is don't follow me on social media. So
I be telling people that, like, don't follow him on social media.
You want to date? Don't follow me on social.
Because sometimes it don't go down in the DM; it go down in the comments.
And I don't say nothing, but I have no idea. Candace be like, "You don't see that?" I'm like,
I just sent a screenshot.
She be like, "Well, no, I ain't gonna tell y'all what she been saying. But tell that girl."
Because Whipper be acting brand new.
He do. I be cussing him out.
Yeah, he be acting brand new. Don't act brand new.
She does.
So but I just with recently, I don't even want to say getting back into the dating game. I probably never really left. I thought I did. Recently, getting back into the dating game, I've noticed like there's different friend requests on both sides because he'll tell me about some of these friend requests, and these are like associates, and he'd be like, I mean, I know they know you. That's why they sending me a friend request. And I just be sitting there thinking, like, okay. They'll ask me about them, or and so that's why I was saying, do you think sometimes the friend request is the same type of deal? Like, they can't even message unless they are friends, because you're not gonna see it. So,
that's right.
It's just stop. Even if he out there like that, if he noticing you or something like that, he'll contact you. I mean, like just stop altogether. Let's just stop.
Let's just stop. Let's stop sending inbox messages that just say, "Hey." That's what the hell is that?
Y'all, come on, let's wrap it up. We gotta go.
Go down that rabbit hole.
Oh my God.
I guess it's ready to go. I'm feeling a little uncomfortable right now.
It's all right, y'all. Don't panic. So we are ready for our guest of the hour.
All right. Oh my goodness.
See, Quita said the same thing. He don't be seeing these women flirting. Okay, anyway, move on.
I have no idea. I really don't. And I'm okay with that. Listen, we're about to this. All right, let's go to our guest. So our guest tonight is Tiffany Lennox of Lennox Skincare. Tiffany I've been doing skincare and wellness for over 14 years. She is Oklahoma's first multicultural focused esthetician. She gained numerous certifications and has trained with the top leaders for treating global multicultural skin. She has started Lennox Skincare, which is the very first multicultural skincare clinic in Oklahoma City. She's dedicated to delivering results the best way possible. With her promise of results-driven skincare, Lennox Skincare provides excellence to our clients. So I'm glad to have her here. I've known her since college, and she's doing great work. So we're going to talk about talk about some things with her. So, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Tiffany Lennox, welcome to the school.
Hey, gorgeous.
How are you?
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you. I feel so honored. I made it to the show.
You're supposed to be here. Don't play.
I'm serious.
Yeah, no,
I've been waiting patiently.
it's good to have you. It's good to have you. For those who don't know you, let them know who you are and stuff that's not in your bio, and kind of we'll go from there.
So my name is Tiffany Lennox. I am born and raised here in Oklahoma City, and I would say entrepreneur, but sometimes it's just following the passion. So I have my whole theories on that as well. But went to Langston, so of course Kelly and Winford, we all went to school together, and so just been in the business in skincare. Started in wellness. I had a wellness spa for 12 years. I pivoted the business and had both open at the same time. While one was closing, the other one was building, and really saw that it was time to start taking a change, a turn. A lot of times people don't know when to make that shift to still continue to grow. And so I did that for numerous reasons. And each time, I feel like God's unraveling why it happened, the way it is. So it's been interesting, but yeah, so here in Oklahoma, I have a skincare clinic. One of it's the first kind to focus. But what I realized is that even though I was trying to be inclusive, I was being exclusive. Why is that? So that was a learning curve. So a lot of my diversity kind of went this way. And so we're under rebrand now to make sure that that I continue to capture that audience that I wanted, which was to be inclusive, and not excluding in the world of today. So
that's really a good point. That's a good point because I think, especially with the pandemic, there are a lot of business owners who are trying to, number one, figure out how to pivot, and number two, when we do pivot, we usually go wider. Instead of going deeper. What was the thought process that led you to realize, okay, I need to first pivot, and then second, change your kind of who you were catering to and how you're catering?
So a couple of things when it really started was that from the business side, telling the story, sometimes it's like you have to kind of be able to relay it to the consumer market for them to understand. But on the back end, since we're kind of talking about that, was that the industry of spa and large big businesses had started to change. It started going into more of the micro type of industry. So you have like your lash studio, your wax studio, your wrap studio, massage studio. Suites became big. And so I saw that coming 2 years prior. So when I did continue to grow the business, I was hoping that with Oklahoma being so behind that it would take it some time to actually take that huge shift. But not only that, the talent that was available here in Oklahoma was not here. So I was finding myself doing more teaching than expanding with the people that I was bringing on. So the type of services that I offered was still very, very new to Oklahoma, which is funny because I'm starting to see, people talk about body wraps, talk about body sculpting, and we have been doing that since 2012. And so teeth whitening, I'm seeing that happen. I'm just like, wow, I was doing this way before it really hit. So not only was Oklahoma behind, it was really behind because I'm seeing it start to become, in a sense, popular again, and there's a new generation of people that are capable of having disposable income. So they are talking to a new audience now. However, so I did that. And so that was one of the changes too. I had some health issues. And so I found myself not being as passionate about what I was doing because I was being more of a human resource. So trying to hire, I had a 5,300 square feet, over 16 rooms. So I needed a full 20-person staff. And finding people that were really dedicated and really into this industry was really hard to find. I mean, most people are just looking for a job, or they were looking for just money. I mean, in a sense, they really wasn't passionate about it. So for me, being such a passionate person about what I do, it was just hard to find that. So I started to lose, I started to get burned out. I got really, really burnt out. I mean, you know, it was like, come on, guys, like, why did you go to school? This is a passion. You know, it's different from going to a 4-year college. We're like, okay, we're going to business, we're doing certain things. We can do multiple things with like our 4-year degree. But when you go to trade school, you're learning massage. So obviously you had to love massage, or skincare. You got to love skincare. You do hair, it's the same thing. It's a very direct relationship with your career. So it was just really difficult. And so I started to love and really find myself, I wouldn't say love. I always loved skincare, but I started to hide in my facial room. And I started to just escape. Like, really, I'd be like, oh my God, okay, Brie, you got it. I'm going to my facial room. That was therapeutic for me. And so I realized, wow, you know, this is something that I really love doing. Let me begin to transition. But the problem was my wellness spa was so diverse. Skincare was narrow. It was a narrow focus because in Oklahoma, you know, people of color, regardless, I mean, Native Indian, Asian, they were being turned away, or skin was being damaged by going to some of the med spas, or untrained esthetician, or just not even receiving the service at all. So there was a need. I was kind of like this quiet esthetician. I had a set client base for, you know, forever, but it wasn't a need to go public about it. And so I probably spent, you know, I started to actually market myself, if you will. I started putting a face with my title, which was an esthetician, other than just being the business owner, which was very new. I am not a put my face in front of it type of person. It was new. And when I tell you, it was terrifying. Like I was like, what? Like, you see this picture right here? I was like, my graphic designer did that. And I was like, what did you do that for? That's not what I asked you for. He was like, yeah, like this is what it's going to be, because this is who it is. And you need to face it. This is what sells. And so I had a lot of people pouring into me about putting my face in front of my brand. So when I began to pivot, it was easier. And I'm glad I had that kind of starting out, because when it was just Ispalon, it was like my face and skincare. And then when I began to go into Lennox Skincare, I had already felt comfortable with it being there. And so, I'm still growing with it. Like, I'm still growing with it, but you know, it's still a new journey, and there's still some very uncomfortable moments in this as well. So I still hide behind my, you know, in the chair.
Yeah. She did. Yeah.
Very, very interesting.
Yeah. Okay, great question.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to get right down to the nitty gritty. So, right. And I'm also a client of Tiffany.
Yes.
I have been Lennox.
Yes.
I had eczema problems. I did not even used to wear makeup. So if you look at old episodes and the new ones, you'll see I even wear makeup now because my skin. I went to go. Okay, so how has, because you have done a lot with your business, like you said, you've changed over the years and everything. How has that affected your romantic relationships? So being worry about.
Yeah, she just turned.
Dive right on in.
Let's turn it up.
That's why I thought we was about to go into eczema, and then she.
Yeah, I thought we was going to talk about a whole different thing. Okay, yeah, but
that's why I said with that. We old friends, guys, so I could do that.
Yes.
Oh, man.
So, ooh. It has been, I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult. I want to be able to give some advice here.
Do you need a drink real quick too?
Yeah, I do actually.
You need a party Pepsi. Okay.
Yeah.
Party Pepsi.
Right.
So it's very difficult when you're passionate about what you're doing. It's hard to prioritize a person when you have this business or businesses that needs your attention. And a woman's title or place that a man considers her to be is to be the woman, to carry the home, children, cook, clean. And more business entrepreneur women don't really necessarily, it's not a priority. They try to, but the goal and what fuels them is the drive, the same drive that drives a man. It's that adrenaline that goes. And so we're just as passionate. And so we need a good balance. So in the relationships, I've been an entrepreneur since I was 24, full time.
Yeah.
So I had recently got married at this time. I've been married twice, i.e. why it's difficult.
Yeah.
I worked in corporate America after leaving Langston. I had a passion for entrepreneurship since I was a kid. I used to sell my grandmother's like plums off her tree because she would give them away to people and I was like, no. Quit giving the cha-cha away. No, we need to sell this. So, but it got in the way because I was not so much because of money, because I made more money corporate than at the time my ex-husband. It was the energy that I put towards the business that got in the way. I was young. I didn't know how to balance. I didn't even know how to communicate. I didn't even know how to communicate really the adrenaline rush and the passion that I had. I didn't know what that was. I didn't even know how to articulate. So trying to explain it to him, I'm like, what are you talking about? You know, like he just didn't get it. And what I realized is that God rest his soul, he's passed away, but he told me, he was like, it wasn't you, it was me. He was like, you were passionate about something and I had never found that passion.
Okay.
I was like, ooh, you know, but that was like years later. Imagine being very young and you carrying this way. So my second marriage, he might be on here too. He might be on here. But we're really good friends. But one of the things that he did teach me and that helped me to understand was that to find somewhat balance. It wasn't so much balance for the family, but it was so much balance for myself. And that I had put so much into the business that I was forgetting about myself. And that really, it didn't resonate until after we were divorced, that it really hit home, but it was a lot. At the time, I was speaking, I was expanding my business, I was growing, I was at the height of my career with my spa, that it was just, I was being pulled every which way, from speaking on this and doing this and trade show on that and sitting on the boards. And I mean, you know, I was with the chamber. I was like, I was being pulled so many ways. Like, I don't even remember cooking. Like, that's like, I was married. Like, that's how bad it was. So like, I remember I had, you know, hired a housekeeper, you know, I think I was buying meals. I mean, it was just, it wasn't good. It wasn't a good balance. And so again, I can look back now and I can see where, he was doing everything to help, you know, me with this dream, to the point I ended up being neglectful in some areas, and that I needed to find a balance. So now that I've dated, you know, in between, And I hear the same thing. So, you know, when you hear the same thing,
Yeah.
like, okay, I mean, you know, when you have that self-talk,
Yeah.
True.
you can look in the mirror and you can say, you know, there is some truth to this. And so after we divorced, and even just talking through it, he had helped me through to understand.
Mhm.
And so now, you know, I am learning to, and this is a new, I know if somebody done came with this, I didn't, but I heard it. But it resonated with me. And it's right now I am operating in my strengths, and I started to staff my weaknesses.
Yes. Okay.
And so for me, I didn't have this big 2021 like goal. I felt like I'm already doing it. Like I'm already in it. Like business is great. We're growing, you know. I mean, there's a lot going on. So I don't really need to add nothing to that. But what I wanted to do was, because of my 12-year tenure with my first business, I wanted to be better at my second round. So that way that I can have a successful relationship with myself
First.
and a person.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
Come on.
so it was like I had to unlearn some things.
Yeah.
I had to unlearn some things.
So in the comments, which I think is a great follow-up question, Gail's question. Successful business women are more difficult to date. I've been told they can in different ways, and men sometimes are unable to cope with her on several levels. Because something you mentioned was balance. Now, I thought it was not a bad idea that you at least had a housekeeper and ordered meals, but that's my thought, because they still ate.
Yeah, right.
So for someone, a woman in business, especially like you, what qualities do you need in a partner?
So, like, you know, when I think of like the 5 love languages, like I've really studied that, and that is really, really holds to be true. So one of my top one is active service. Go figure. I need you to come hang this. I need you to come do this. I need, you know. So in relationships, when I've had someone to be of service and help me, like a team, we always was good at that moment. Like it was good. Like
in your opinion, it was good.
In my opinion, I was like, yes, this is good teamwork. We making it happen. We writing goals. He's helping me do this, whatever. But yet, what I found is that was their way of being close to me and having engagement with me.
Yeah.
And when it came to having just the romantic relationship, that just regular need the feeling to be needed. That kind of vulnerability as a woman that we give, that fuels the man. I wasn't given that. And so, it is real dynamics that happen, and we can't ignore them, no matter what position or what opportunities as a woman that we that we are able to do. We still have a role in a way. And so I felt like I had to learn that. So my mom and my dad, they're very old school. So I watched my mom cater to my dad, and we didn't eat until Dad ate. Dad never ate on plastic plates. We respected when he was. There was things. Even pizza, he didn't eat on. We just didn't. And so there was things that I watched, but yet my mom was like, "No, you go be the best woman you could be. You could do this, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute. As I got older, I'm like, I'm watching one thing, but I'm hearing another thing. It didn't make sense until later. And so what I'm learning now is the balance of catering, because it's like, the man does want you to be a certain way. He does want you to show that you need him. He does want that softer side, because we can be very masculine as business women. Like we can, we got to hold it down. We got something to prove. Well,
Mm-hmm.
I learned to tone that down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can still be a woman and classy and still be soft when I need to be. I don't have to be overpowering because I'm now because I truly I'm a true girly girl to like the max, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but when it comes to business, I'm like a bulldog. Like what are we like? So I had to learn how to manage that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that way, when I am home or when I am dating, that I have this softer side that continues for me to be attracted to him and for him to feel like to be the protector, so that, and I'm not saying I've mastered it, but I'm so much better than what I used to be. And so a lot of that is taking self-care time to be that woman at home, not rushing and doing this. Like I really take my time, like I put on my robe, I put on my slippers, I put my feet up, I drink my tea, I keep that feminine way at home so that I never lose that, because it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing that we really should really step into and understand what it doesn't mean to be soft. It doesn't, but then again, we are supposed to be soft.
Right.
We're supposed to be soft and cuddly, and so I've learned that. And I understand the difficulty because we got to know when to shut it off. Like I would, when I was married, I literally would not sleep.
Mm-hmm.
I would come home, we would eat dinner, and then I'm up working.
Mm-hmm.
And what I also learned is that a lot of times, we see podcasts or we see people talking like, if you a serial entrepreneur, extreme entrepreneur, you don't sleep. That's bull crap. Yeah. I'll tell you, I was that person that did not sleep. I was the person that was up working, building whatever systems, automation. That stuff takes time. You need to hire somebody to do that. That you don't need to do that. But it is difficult. And so I was diagnosed with lupus, not because it was genetic, not because it was from pregnancy, not because it was medication. It was because I was stubborn and not listening to my body, taking care of myself. And so that strong woman syndrome that a lot of times that we have can make us sick.
Yeah.
And so I've learned to only take on what I can and what I can balance. Because if it was up to me, I would have 5 shops and I would be doing all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I realized that is not healthy. It really, really isn't. It really can weigh on us. And so, just that finding that balance, so I don't really, I put time spans on things. When I get home, I was like, okay, I'm going to work on the computer for an hour and then I shut it and go home. Because I go on to bed because it's the difference between being busy and then being productive. What I realized is all them times that I was up, I really wasn't giving it my 100%. I was not. Sometimes I have those creative moments. So I do have like a notebook by my bed that I write ideas down or I'll speak it into my cell phone. But I'm not working because you're not really getting the what you really want. You're just up to be working because you think that's what you're supposed to do.
What you're supposed to do. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not true. No.
It's a good distraction in your mind.
Yeah. It is. It is.
Actually, it is.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
I'm going to say I am so proud of you.
Yes.
Because we had this conversation a few years ago, and your answer was different. So I'm very proud. I'm like, oh, look at her. Again, we've all been there. I mean, me and Kels, me and Kels every Monday, all night on the. I feel you, but yeah.
No, we can't. We're getting older, but also I think we can't. I think this new generation they got it. They know when to stop.
Yeah.
They know, like, hey, I want to go skiing. I'm going to the beach, or I'm off. I'm turning my phone off. Do not disturb. I mean, we think about some of these things, these options we have on our cell phone and computer where it says to turn off.
Yes.
These millennials know how to turn it off. you know, and so, but we do have to do it because if we look at it, how far are we really getting? And if we're sick or we're tired, we're not really enjoying. I've missed so many moments
Mm-hmm.
where I should have been celebrating it and present. I don't really even remember. And these were times that I was supposed to be like super stoked, like excited and happy and in the moment. I'm on to something else. I missed a lot of good moments, and a lot of good moments to pat my own self on the back, because I was just moving, just going. And so, I'm getting the second chance to really enjoy the moment. And that's what I've been doing. I've really been able to enjoy this side of entrepreneurship from a different level.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
What do you got coming up? Because like we done spent this whole time on like 2 questions. What's your, first of all, where can people find you? And do you have anything coming up? Let's talk about today.
So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram at Lennox Skincare. Our website. I'm so okay. Well, I didn't get to. I don't know if I kind of mentioned, but about the relaunch.
Go for it.
So the relaunch will happen at the end of the month. I'm so excited. We have so Lennox Skincare. You can find us at getlennox.com. That's get LENOX.com. And on there is also our e-commerce store where you can purchase skincare products as well as services. And also, if you don't know what you want to buy or what you want to get, I have virtual consultations, but most of everything is in description. So, but we do have that available. We ship and do curbside pickup. So whether you're local or away, we have both. Yeah. So the relaunch, I'm excited. I got a chance to see a pre-mock-up of the website, and I'm just like so in love because it really matches. I've ran into some really bad situations with website designers. So I was able to rebrand and work with this young lady. When I tell you, it was amazing working with her. It has already been amazing. She blows me away. So I'm excited for the brand and the website to really match what we're doing into the level of which we're doing it.
Yeah.
And so that when you can have the digital footprint to kind of speak to the volume of where you are or who you are, it's really good. It's really good. So I'm excited about that. And we have some photo shoots coming up. So, be on the lookout for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you. I appreciate you for your work. Keep doing. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
We're proud of you.
I'll get Lennox. I'm telling you, save the money if you need to. Save it up.
Yes. People say that the prices are high, but the one thing is not just because it's called Lennox Skincare is the reason that the price is the price. That's what people don't understand. People are like, oh, I know you, they just have this perception, But the one thing that they don't know is that the quality that we were given, my counterparts, so they like me, you are too cheap.
Yeah.
But I know the audience that I'm trying to bring this to. So I have to be able to make it, because I have clients, it's their first time coming in for facials. Yeah. It's their first experience. So to tell someone that, $150 for a facial, they're like, what? Or even $300 for a facial. Like what? But the quality of products and the quality of treatments that we're doing and the correction that we're doing. I mean, there's no one really here to do that.
Yeah.
And so it's like, if I had competition, I could charge more because they would be charging just the same. Yeah. So, but it's the quality, all of our products, like we have 4 lines now. I've added like 4 different certifications to the clinic. I mean, I keep adding, you know, things to really be able to treat all skin types and skin conditions. And so it's not just an expensive facial. I mean, you're really getting a treatment. That's the thing. It's not just, I wish I could figure out another name besides facial, because I feel like facial don't even do justice of what we do, you know, when it comes to skin. And it's beyond just a luxury facial. That's not what we're doing. We're giving you results that come with it. So yeah. So when people say that, they be like, "So girl, I see your prices and you got a discount coming." I'm like, "No, we don't discount, but you know, come when you're ready." But the thing is it's not all the time. Like, you can take a break back. Like, I teach you what to do, like what products. So when you do take a break, you can you know where to come to when you're ready. So
yeah. Quality does matter. And I think maybe because people getting facials, getting wax, and getting certain services like that is not something that people get regularly.
Right.
So maybe that's probably what the understanding of the price is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I agree. Because like I said, most of my clients, they walk in, they use Dove soap or they don't use anything. So teaching them, like, I had a client, she was like, I want to come in regular. I want to get regular facials. And then so I started talking about like products. And so she was like, well, I only want like 2 things. I don't want a 10-step system. And I said, well, this is the thing. It depends on really what you want to do. If you really want to focus on aging and you really want to focus on fine lines and wrinkles and you really want to focus on pigmentation, there are several products that you would use and alternate that. So you might have 7 steps, but it's not 7 steps every night.
Yeah.
You know, people, I mean, if you want corrective skincare, it's not a cleanser and a moisturizer.
Right.
You know, it's serums in between. There are some other things and those cost, you know, and so, but you will see the results of it, you know, from seeing the results of it, but it's not going to come fast, but you definitely see it, you know. But so that's the difference, you know. That's definitely the difference. And it's not over the counter. We have plant-based pharmaceutical skincare.
Yeah.
That's
Major. That's not, I mean, when you talk about products, you know, I was talking to an esthetician. She was telling me she wanted to start her own product line. But people ask me, why haven't you started your product line yet? Well, when you work with like the highest quality of ingredients, I would have to spend like $5,000 just for one product to get the result. And I mean, I'm coming with my line, but when you start talking about levels of ingredients and you want clients to get results, I mean, it's hard to, you know, to even compare products over the counter to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even, I mean, from a science base, it's not even comparable in where the results can take you and take the skin. So
love it.
Yes.
We're gonna have to have you back because I'm sure we got some skin. We're gonna have to talk about some skincare stuff.
Yeah.
I see someone said skip the Gucci and the Coach bag or shoes. It's not just support. It's support yourself, because seriously, your face is with you forever. That Coach bag, that Gucci, it's gonna run out, and it's gonna be a new purse the next season. But there's no seasonal face.
But you know what? That's so true, because an esthetician can see like you're not having enough water, you are stressed.
Oh yeah,
so it's worth the investment to understand your skin and what you need and what products you shouldn't use, even what foods you shouldn't eat. So it's worth the investment.
Because I mean, I can read the skin and tell what's going on. I mean, I could see it. I had a client that came in, and I was like, quit touching your you're constantly touching your chin. And she's like, oh, I don't think I'm touching my skin that much. I was like, oh, okay. I said, but yeah, you are. But It's okay. Just make sure you don't do no more. So I guess she told her. So her friend came in. She's like, I told her, don't lie because she can see it. she knows what's going on. And I was like, it is. I can see it. I can see it. I can see when clients aren't washing their face. Like when I do my I can see the dirt come out. I can see old makeup. I mean, I can see it. And so a lot of times when clients aren't getting the results that they want, like they'd be like, oh my gosh, I've had 3 treatments. And I was like, yeah, but each treatment I'm pulling makeup out that you said that you cleansed before you came in here. So I mean, there is a lot of training. There's a lot of education that goes into it because my goal is not just to be an esthetician, but also to teach you when you're not in clinic that you can make decisions on what to use and what not to use when I'm not.
That's true. True. I love that. It says skip the Gucci bag. That's
All of it. Yeah.
I mean, it's true. I mean, you can have all the designer that you want, but your face is with you every single day. And you put down these filters. I would love that.
I'm not talking about my filters. Nope. All right, having you. We gotta keep them going. Thank you for coming again. We're gonna have you back talk about some more skincare stuff.
Thank you.
Sam, you welcome. You welcome. Good night, everyone. And y'all
All right.
Stay safe.
All right. Good night.
Y'all know we out here about to get healthy.
She got good skin too. You could tell. Wow. Flawless.
Yeah. She knows what she's doing. I mean.
Yeah. People will be. I think because it's not a service that people get regularly, they don't really understand the prices. So.
Yeah.
It's worth the investment, though.
It's definitely worth it. Y'all gonna make a look at the pictures.
Because you said you are a believer.
I mean, and it's like, everything you said is true. You know, you go in there, you think you're doing something. Hey, no, I got this problem because I got this type of skin. No, because you're just not doing what you need to do for you.
You need to drink some more water.
Yeah.
Sometimes it be simple as that.
And I mean, and the products, you talk about have a pimple one day and it's gone the next day. I'm gonna leave it right there. Pimple tonight, gone tomorrow. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
Product.
Made a believer out of you, huh?
Yeah.
Overnight. I love it.
Overnight.
And you're chilling. Like it's somebody doing something for you. Take it as a spa day and treat yourself. You don't have to do it. Let somebody else take it. You just fall asleep.
Well, you know, and the truth is a lot of times that's not something that we are used to having or to doing. So yeah. All right, let's get into Passion Talk. So I'm excited tonight for Passion Talk. We've got the fire starter here, and this is the first Passion Talk of 2021. So I'm excited to hear what she has to drop. Y'all know she's gonna drop something real good. Introducing to some and presenting to others, Sister Victoria of Passion International, going to bring us tonight's Passion Talk called "May I See Your ID, Please." What's going on, Firestarter?
I see. Okay. Hello. When?
Come through this? Yes.
I need to first of all, I'm doubled. I don't know why I'm doubled.
No, you're not doubled. Yeah, you're not doubled here.
I am doubled over here, and this is a new interface, you guys. And so I've been it's a little different than what it was. So yeah, did you all know that? Like the BeLive, the platform, the interface has changed altogether for guests who are coming in.
Oh, no.
We only see one of you.
Yeah, so okay. So I don't know. I'll talk to you later about it but it's not, they did an upgraded version. It's not what it was.
Okay.
So as long as I'm not echoing or nothing like that,
you're good.
Different everything. Okay. Oh, y'all Listen, they trying to mess up my New Year's greeting. You know I'm real. I'm still gonna get the listen. I got my thing. Hold on. Y'all see that?
Yeah.
Because this is my first New Year's greeting for the scoop. Okay, so I had to have my little. I don't even know what you call this thing. What's up, Candace girl? I don't even know the girl, but love to you, Queen.
How y'all don't know each other? Y'all go to the same church. Y'all do that, right?
We got thousands of members. Hello, it's all thousands of members.
Y'all go to the whole same church. I just want y'all to
You know, I don't know half the people in NY. You know,
you act like we got 50 members. Come on now.
which location? Not
Which location?
the same location. So
So if we go to the same church, then I'll greet you, my NY sister, as well. Yes, but when, like she said, you can go be there for 5 years and not meet half of the people.
Not know half.
now y'all know each other. Amen.
Hey sis, and the lipstick. I need the link to that lipstick when you're done with this.
Okay, no worries. Listen, Scoop Nation, y'all have to excuse our dust, okay? As my apostle would love to say. Excuse our dust. While we, you know, because this is my first time in the new year, we got to catch up. My QEQ is not on. But hello to Scoop Nation. What up, my squad? Winnie Win, Candy Can, that's your name now, Candy Cane, and Kelly Kells, and love to my QEQ wherever you are. This is your girl, Cicely Victoria, owner and founder of Passion International. My business tree is to help train and equip people to find their voice of identity so you can stop people pleasing and be empowered, encourage confidence and communication. I'm a certified professional coach, a counselor as well. I am the queen of empowerment, and I set people's lives on fire for a living, and that's why they call me the fire starter. Welcome to Passion Talk, where we give you practical tools for everyday living so you can press into your personal power. Listen, did y'all miss me? I missed y'all. Okay, y'all have a good break. Y'all ended 2020 good. Good. So let's rev up with 2021. Shall we please? Give me a little drink. Saga School, y'all. Y'all got your pens and your papers ready? May I see your ID, please? We are going into this to kick off our year. Listen, identification, please, okay? Identify yourself. Who are you? Who are you? It's a question that I especially want you to ask yourself without rattling off the titles or positions that you occupy, because honestly, anyone can be taught a skill. But a skill is what you do. It is not who you are. I mean, I want to know, who are you without any of the positions and titles or hats that are taken on and off, knowing that you will continue to be that when they come and go? Who are you? I mean, what is the universal embodiment of who you are? Are you love? Are you passion? Are you hate? Are you empathy? And after you've determined that for yourself, I want you to take the question out on a field test to those who are up close and personal in your life. Because it's not enough for you to know only who you are, but you need to know who the people are that frequent your life and why are they there. Such as, what is their purpose for being there? Listen, I don't know about you, but I'm of an age in my life and been here quite for some time, as a matter of fact, where I'm no longer interested in casual acquaintances or casual connects. Like, I'm a very purpose-oriented type of woman. I'm a very purpose-driven type of woman, and I live and breathe purpose, and I need to know that I'm in purpose, on purpose at all times, especially when it comes to my relationships. So you need to know, why are the people there that are in your life? What purpose do they serve? And certainly I hope it's not just to take up space, okay? Because your life should be bigger than that. So I give you this. These are things that I use in my own life that I extend to you. And I hope that it will help you to determine if you are in the unfortunate practice of just letting people traffic in and out of your life. I want to propose another approach for you. I believe that you should know within a 2 or 3 week period. If a person is brand new to you, you should know why they're there within 2 or 3 weeks. It should not take long if you do proper assessment. Okay, you ask the right questions, you pay attention to patterns. You should know. Are they there, on an intimate level, friendship level, business level, so on and so forth? You should know. And then also for those jokers, I would call them, that may have been hanging around, for a while, maybe not doing much. Historical people, I like to call them. You need to reassess their seasons and their reasons for those you have history with. Listen, people know, again, by this point in my life, you're not just going to necessarily be hanging around or think that you can stay, in my speed dial simply because you have history with me, simply because you've been around a while. Nope, nope. That's not good enough anymore, and it should not be for you. So I ask you, please, in 20 and 21, let's stop inviting people to come and stay, hang around, and just occupy your space and time because they're forced their way in, or you've extended a haphazard or impulsive invitation. Now, I insert compassion here because I understand that 2020 invited many critters that you have not normally tolerated, probably due to loneliness and some boredom. But guess what? It's cleanup time. It's cleanup time, baby, okay? And if you don't do this, you will be prone to the tendencies of the clientele I work most closely with, and those are known as people pleasers. Let me tell you a little about people pleasers. Those people are most challenged in their identity because they wait for others to tell them who they are or who they are supposed to be. And let me let you know, as a former people pleaser, that is no life at all. It's an exhausting life, and it's a reactive life and not a preventative life. And Firestarter is not here for those foolish fires. So I want to talk through this a little bit and tell you what that means. I'm going to be asking you a lot of reflective questions tonight, so that you can assess yourself and the people closest to you, okay? I want you to assess yourself with these questions, and I want you to assess the people closest to you with these questions. And make sure that you take note and do the work after the show, okay? So let's go for it. I'm a big wordsmith, right? And I'm into words and I'm into definitions. That'll bless your life right there, okay? If you're not in the habit of defining things and defining the purpose of things in your life, then I want you to embrace that skill a bit more. Learn how to define something, what it is, what it isn't, okay? Let's start with identity. Let's get your notepads ready, okay? Identity is the state or fact of remaining the same as under varying aspects or conditions. Pay attention. It is the condition of being oneself and not another. Identity. It is the state or fact of being the same one as described. Ooh, wow. Can I read that last one again? That's good. It is the state or fact of being the same one as described. Are you who you are based on what your profile said about you? Are you the same person that you look like on this resume? Are you the same one as described? Or should I look for another? Is it a pseudo? May I ask you a question? How synchronized are you in various settings? How synchronized, syncopated, working in harmony, in tandem, are you in various settings? Are you a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Or do people pretty much know what and who to expect you to show up as the same person? Who and what you expect you to show up as the same person you always are, because you're comfortable in your own skin and you don't code switch for people. Anybody know a code switcher? Now, listen to me. Granted, I'm not talking about formal versus informal. There are times and places for that. Who you are around professionals may not be who you are around your best friend. No, no, no. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about, though, for whatever reason, people who change into what they think people want them to be for their comfort because they haven't fully accepted their uniqueness and distinction yet. Talking about those people. Let's talk about defined. Define. We're talking about ID, right? May I see your ID, please? So these are the identifications that we're talking about. Identity is about definition. Are you defined? Come on, are you refined? Huh? That's a little different, okay? Another time for another day. Define means determined, fixed, or clearly marked out to extent, outline, or form, to state or to set forth the meaning of, to explain or identify the nature or essential qualities of, to describe, to fix or to lay down clearly and definitely. Listen to this here. To specify distinctly, to determine or fix the boundaries, woohoo, or extent of, and to make clear the form of. I'm going to read that boundaries one again. To determine or fix the boundaries or extent of. To make clear the form of. Let me ask you another question. What is your essence or your nature? Now we're getting closer to identity. Removing the titles, removing the positions. What's your essence? What do you carry? How do people feel when you walk into a room? What do you bring? What kind of energy, right? Like the common word is vibe. Do people get from you? That's getting closer to your identity. What is essential for you? In other words, essence is your essentials. What is that for you? Are you bold? Are you timid? Are you fiery? Are you daring? Are you shy? Are you fearful? Are you committed? What is it? I dare you to ask someone in a chat right now as I speak, if you think you know someone that they know you well enough to give an answer for that, I want you to ask them, what's the essence that I carry? What do you foresee as my essence or my nature? And then I want you to first consider, can you answer that question for yourself? So I want you to make a list for yourself. It could be more than one thing, but you should mainly see similarities of what you list. And if the list be full of unfruitful things, as I would like to call them, then you have work to do. So make this year your year to erase the negativity from your list, okay? Let's go on. Let's talk about boundaries now. We've talked about it before. We're going to talk about it again. And I'm going to keep on talking about it until we get some established ones. That help to preserve our lives and our relationships and help us to navigate and manage well. Are your boundaries clear? That's the question. Are your boundaries clear? Do you know what a boundary is, first and foremost? Have you communicated your boundaries? What is a boundary, Firestarter? Thanks for asking. I'm going to tell you. For life purposes, boundary, of course, has varied definitions, but for life purposes, I call it an invisible line that indicates your limits for yourself and others. Real simple. If you have not established boundaries in your life, and if you have not communicated them to others, I can guarantee you that you are not a defined individual. No, you are not. You're not identified. People don't know who they're getting, and you're likely experiencing a lot more foolishness in your life than necessary, and it's nobody's fault but yours. I love you. But it's all right. I'm here to help, and we're going to do better. Okay. Let's talk about consistency. These are all related to ID, identification, identifying yourself, your identity, all of these things. And they're kind of in hierarchy order. After you do these things, you have looked at your boundaries, you define yourself, your identity, then you have to be consistent. Consistency is steadfast adherence to the same principles, course, form, etc. Agreement, harmony, compatibility, uniformity among the parts of a complex thing, consistency. Let me ask you next question. How steadfast are you? How steadfast are you? Now, if I started, that's a deep word I only heard in church, okay? So break it down for me. Okay, I will. Steadfast means firm in purpose, resolution, faith, unwavering, fixed in a direction. So let me ask you, are you sand or are you rock? We're talking about steadfast. We're talking about consistency. Do you buckle at the slightest inconvenience or an unpreferred state? Are you quick to overwhelm? Do you just go with the flow? Whatever your day brings you, that's what you do. Do you even have principles to stand on? You can't be stand fast if you're not standing on nothing. So you got to stand on something first. What are those principles for you? And particularly and especially when it's a complex or difficult thing, can you still arise to the occasion and be the leader you need to preserve your life and the lives of others? Can you do it when you feel like it and even when you don't, especially when you don't feel like it? And all of this lends to and breeds consistency. And with enough consistency, you will have alignment. That's our final principle. Alignment is the state of agreement or cooperation among persons with a common cause or viewpoint. We're talking about identification. Do all areas of your life cooperate for the most part with who you said you would be and how you determine you want to show up in the world? That's what you're ultimately after. Identity means sameness. That is its original meaning of that word, to be the same. Alignment means to work in harmony. I'm looking the same. I'm sounding the same. I'm acting the same. I'm being the same. For the most part, that's a work in progress, right? And it can be a lifelong work, but you should be getting better at it as time goes on. So your quick life work is this. I want you to make a T-chart. I've given this life work before. We have some new viewers here, so I want to make sure that you have it as well. The bullet points, I want you to bullet point of what us coaches call a brain dump, okay? A brain dump. It's really just brainstorming. And I want you to write on the left side of the T-chart who I am. And I want you to write on the right side of the T-chart who I am not, okay? And after you compile these lists, I want you to size them up with your current life. And now I want you to see what needs to come and what needs to go. And Tony Robbins also has something called moving toward values and moving away from values. I don't have time to go into that now, but I do want to recommend 2 resources for you wholeheartedly. I need you to read, okay, because they are life-changing. One is Awaken the Giant Within. Let me put that in the camera. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins, Dr. Tony Robbins. Please get this resource on your library, okay, on your shelf. Don't just get it on the electronic device. You need to go through, you need to go through this. It's a life resource. And next, if you are having challenges with your boundaries, don't know what it is, never had them, okay, and know that you need them, I want you to get this book by the name of Boundaries. And it is by Dr. Henry Cloud, okay? Dr. Henry Cloud. Listen, these are 2 life-changing resources. You know Firestarter only brings you the best, and I need you to get them. And I need you to work the system, okay, of identifying yourself, because there's nothing more pitiful and sad than a life undefined. So I ask you again, may I see your ID, please? This has been your Passion Talk for this evening, our January of 2021. I pray you got something out of that. Now I want you to do the work. Miss Candace.
Hey. I just got 2 new books to add to my library.
Yes, ma'am. Please do. They game changers all day. All day. Listen, I want to make a quick announcement before I go. In regard to next month, we're going to bring something to you special that the team is working on incorporating into our Passion Talk segments, a little add-on, a little switch up for more engagement. So stay tuned. I will have a special guest that I'm going to entreat to be on with me on next week to give you an idea of how you can get involved. I want to work with you on the Scoop Live, or at least work with your story, okay? All right, it's going to be something like, you know how Steve Harvey does the strawberry letter? I want to do something like the Firestarter letter, okay? And we want to get help to the people with their problems based on my level of expertise. Any questions, comments, or concerns?
No, I just got 2 new books. It looks like I need to buy them. Let me go on Amazon.
Yes, honey. Yes, let me tell you. Listen. Listen,
I love books.
it's gonna wreck your life in the best of ways.
Those are both
So-
really good books. I read
Yes,
both. They're both-
Yeah, I didn't have these. Okay. So I got
Henry Cloud is dope.
What'd you say, Win?
I said Dr. Cloud is a dope. That's a
Listen,
yeah.
Dr.
Now
Cloud,
he's a good
anything.
writer.
Dr. Cloud, anything. That
Yeah.
man is a beast. He's a beast in what he does. So everyone, it's been my pleasure. You know, you've just been a part of Passion Talk. We've given you practical tools for everyday living so you can press into your personal power. Until next time, I want you to stay in purpose, stay in passion, stay in power, and stay on fire. I love you so much. Not a thing you can do about it. Mwah. Love you. Bye.
have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Another great segment.
That's what's up. Okay. I got all these Audible book credits. Do y'all use Audible? I can't listen to a book. I gotta read along.
I have to read it.
Yeah. I ended up listening to the book and I ended up reading along with it. I'm like, I can't do it.
You got your Audible, you got your book right there.
Right. Remember those books where it would beep and then you would turn the page when we was little? That's me.
Now, when I was in grad school, I did at seminary. I would sometimes, if I was tired of reading, like okay, into the chapter.
Yeah.
I could maybe maybe if I did it like over a course of time, maybe, but yeah, I've always.
It can't be a book like this. I feel like you gotta have a highlighter with a book like this.
I agree.
One of the other books that I've been, some other stuff where it's just storytelling.
Yeah.
I can listen to those, but where I might need my highlighter, no,
Absolutely.
that ain't it.
All right, y'all. Let's say goodbye. So, Candace, you first.
Well, as usual, I appreciate being the guest on the Scoop. Y'all know this is one of my this is one of them things that I would love to move my schedule around for. So I love the Scoop. The topics tonight were hot. The guests tonight were even hot, doper. Like, it was just super cool. So I appreciate it. You all stay safe, wear your mask, whatever you're doing to stay safe and COVID free. Praying for all of those who lost anyone due to COVID. Other than that, this is my good night.
All right. Kel?
Yes. So yeah, just remember Saturday at Bob Shamrock, we are doing Mo Smoke Barbecue. The smoke is rolled out early in the morning and it goes down. So make sure y'all stop in and grab you something to eat. That's really it.
Fill up.
Yeah. Pull up.
Fill up. Pull up. Fill up.
I'll be talking about all this food, and this is not in Chicago.
Yeah, this is it. Oklahoma.
I'm looking at the address like, oh.
Yeah. We're gonna claim it. We're gonna claim it. It's gonna be a Bob's in Chicago soon.
Come on, hallelujah.
Claim it right now.
I'm gonna be part owner too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
We coming for all of it. All of it.
Oh, come on.
Thanks, Mike. We appreciate it. Real quick, even though I know she is not here, we're still going to make sure that y'all don't forget about Elegance by Design. Listen, if you have not gone over and gotten this silken, sassy, curly mousse,
Yeah.
you want to go over there. All of the Elegance by Design products are absolutely phenomenal. So I use it too, brother. So it will be us too. We're gonna be dropping. Listen, I use it. My luscious lemon cake. I walk by and they'll be like, "That's luscious lemon cake."
Thank
you. So, brother, get it too for yourself. So go to elegancebydesign.com where healthy skin is. I always miss healthy skin is.
A healthy skin is our
priority. No,
it's where
it's healthy skin.
Mixed up. Never mind. Go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
CQ, I didn't do it. It wasn't me.
No, where healthy skin and hair is our priority, but making a beautiful you is our specialty. Boom.
Boom.
Hashtag Elegance by Design.
We love you, Q.
Get it. And then like I said, Any day now, we'll be launching our beard line. So that's
Oh, you went to the beard line.
by design. Yeah, that's what I've been using. That's why I've been growing my beard out. So trying to,
Ooh, they done like a good beard.
and it's on.
Amen. Amen.
And she got some new design, new shade fragrances for us. So thank you, Shanika. We appreciate it. Especially if is this your first time, Shanika? Is this your first time tuning in?
Thank you.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you. Y'all hit the share button if you haven't invited somebody. We're here every Tuesday at this same time from 8 to 10 Central Standard Time. Always got guest hot topics. So we're glad to have you. Also, if you don't know, if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, and you're not a part of the Little Black Book of Business, this is my business. I start to help your business get in front of more people. So if you're interested, look me up at patreon.com/LBBOB and get more information. Also, if you, as a business owner, need to advertise, you can do it right here on this show. So we would love, if you see us doing all these other ads, we would love to do your ad too. So you can email us at globaldriveaudio@gmail.com or see me so we can discuss the different packages. As you can see, we've got packages that fit all budgets and all sizes. So we're thinking about you, and we want to help you. So see me at the last but definitely not least, again, if you're not following us on all our social media channels, you got to do it. At Real Scoop Show on Facebook, the Scoop Show on YouTube, and the Scoop Radio Show on Instagram. So make sure you follow us that way you can keep up with everything going on. All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. We out of here. Y'all know how we do it.
Peace.
Let's go here and get out of here. I'm tired.
All right. I'm like, boy, who about to shut the camera down?
Hey.
Look at my mic. Oh, I'm going to do it for y'all tonight. Ready?
Get it, Kels. Hey. Okay.
Okay.
Good night, y'all. See y'all later.
No girl.
How was y'all back up dancing?
We got two people steps.
Love y'all.
Love you too.